Hi team, I hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. Obviously I'm not here, but as usual I wanted to make a little video for you guys to talk to you about what you're going to be doing in class today, and then also what your homework is going to be. So in class today you're going to have 3 different things that you're going to be working on. Your first thing is that you're going to be reading an essay by Ralph Fletcher called A Love of Words as an introduction to a year-long assignment, so something that you do multiple times throughout the year, the vocabulary journals. So each week you guys are going to be choosing 3 words that you find in your everyday life, either through music you listen to, podcasts you listen to, TV, discussion, lecture, books, things that you read. 3 new words that you're exposed to, and you're going to document them and you're going to study them. And hopefully they become integrated into your everyday vocabulary. The next thing that you guys are going to do is you're going to go through a plagiarism PowerPoint or plagiarism presentation where you learn about plagiarism and what not to do. And you are going to answer a couple of questions that go along with it as well, with the hopes that what you garner from that is that you do not plagiarize. And then the last thing that you guys are going to do is you're going to read an essay that will be preparation for a lecture that's going to happen in class on Friday. First thing is that you guys have a Chromebook cart in the classroom. You're going to grab a Chromebook and you're going to open it up and you're going to go to Canvas. And I will have emailed the link to you for the presentation that will guide you through class today. And then it's also within the modules. It's also linked there as well as, I think it's called 7 Ralph Fletcher Subplans, A Love of Words, and Vocab Journals. So within the presentation, if you just click along, I give you what the slides would look like and what I want you to consider, and I've also embedded some videos with what I want you to watch. In the speaker notes, I put some notes for you for things that I want you to maybe further consider or more specific instructions, so be sure to read those. All of the vocab and language stuff is going to be preparation for just a brief discussion that we're going to have in class on Friday. So I want you to think about those videos that I put into the presentation. A couple of people feel very strongly about them, and that's fine. We're going to talk about it in class. The next thing that you're going to do is the plagiarism PowerPoint. It's pretty straightforward. It just walks you through different forms of plagiarism. You're going to document your notes as you're watching on this handout. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to be reading The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. So he, like Naguib Mahfouz, was disillusioned during the time after World War II. And while many people around him had a very bleak outlook for society and where it was going, and also about the purpose of our existence as humans, he understood that and he embraced it, and he wrote about the mentality that's necessary for us to overcome those bleak circumstances. So he takes the Greek myth of Sisyphus as like a parable and then interprets it for a 20th century audience to teach us what we need to do with our current circumstances. So just as a synopsis of what the myth of Sisyphus is all about, is that Sisyphus is condemned to roll a boulder up a hill only to have it roll back down on him every time that it's about to reach the top. And Albert Camus is going to suggest that that's very much a metaphor for all human existence. Instead of focusing on the task itself, he says it's not so much the task that we need to focus on, but the mentality, and that's what he talks about within his essay. As you read, if you could just jot down your responses to the questions on the back of the handout, and then have this ready to go for the beginning of class on Friday. The last thing that you guys need to do is for the thief and the dogs. I put a slide at the very end if you guys have time with some questions for consideration. There's a pretty weird dream that's integrated into chapter 8. If you can talk about that with someone near you to kind of break it down to figure out why the violence and why the religion references and what's going on with the car, that might be helpful for you, and we'll talk about that in class on Friday as well. I think that's it. I hope that what you found in this video was helpful for you today. Have a good day. Be nice to the sub. I'll see you Friday.